Who loves a performance basketball option as a lifestyle model? Well, I do, that's for sure. But what I like more than that is when I can get my hands on a pair at a really reasonable price. That is where this guy fits in, the PG6. This is my first ever model from the PG line. I wonder if it was worth waiting for. Let's get into it. The most remarkable thing about the PG line is the price at $160 here in Australia or $115 in the States. It is incredible value for money. And while that price is comparable, at least with other performance options from Nike or the Jordan brand, what makes this shoe stand out is that it is a signature shoe. This shoe obviously belongs to Paul George, and that's where they get the PG from. And what you will get as part of this package is a super solid mix of materials and technology. For the most part, what you're getting is no frills here. There is no crazy design elements to the shoe. There is nothing revolutionary as far as the tech or materials go. It is mostly stuff that we have become familiar with across other Nike products. But what has been done really cleverly as part of this package is that they have used the best mix of materials for the price point. There are no low model variants, there are no takedowns, there is only one PG model, that's the PG6 this season, and it's available in a bunch of different colorways that are released pretty sporadically here in Australia at least. And for your money, what you're essentially getting is a mesh upper paired to a React midsole, and underfoot you're getting a rubber outsole with a multi-directional traction pattern. All of those elements work really, really well together to give a comfortable experience that, while I can't assess its merits on the court, should give you really decent results if you are playing basketball. Starting off with the fit, that is the part I love the most about the PG6. Often with basketball shoes, at least what I find, is you're getting a restrictive fit, because that's what you need. You need your foot to feel secure in the shoe that you're in. Sometimes though, that restrictive fit can feel a little bit tight for everyday use and can get uncomfortable if you're wearing the shoe for long periods of time. And while with the PG6 there is a little bit of a tight spot through the midfoot courtesy of this banding that they've integrated as part of the shoe's upper, once your foot is in the shoe, it is really comfortable. It runs true to size, so I would recommend getting whatever size you would typically get your Nike shoes in. The toe box is roomy, the heel and tongue are really nicely padded and create a really comfortable feel around your ankle. And because that mesh is kind of like thicker but not flimsy, it feels quite plush on foot. So something that I think would work well for everyday use. I really like what they've done with the branding on the upper as well. The tongue has got this pull tab. It's a relatively large looking pull tab. It runs about halfway down the tongue itself, and there is a Paul George signature that is simple but just really effective on that pull tab itself. The Paul George logo is kind of fixed on with this little textile number down here on the last lace, and there is a reverse Nike on the lateral side of the shoe, while the medial side of the shoe gets a smaller swoosh that isn't reversed but is the right way around. Cushioning on the PG6 is taken care of by way of a full React midsole, and there is a giveaway that it is React, not so much in this colorway, but definitely in other colorways. There are these little dotty things that kind of look like a, not splatter pattern, but look like something. I don't know how to describe it, but you will typically see this sort of pattern in a midsole on a lot of React shoes. With this particular colorway, it isn't obvious because that midsole has basically been blacked out, apart from some of the outsole pattern that wraps up into the upper. React can be implemented in many different ways, and Nike do implement it in many different ways depending on what the shoe is designed for. Personally, I've found React to work really well with running shoes because while it isn't super soft and squishy, it is comfortable, it is cushioned, it is soft, but it is responsive. And that works really well when you need a bit of go-go gadget runsies. I mean the running with your legs, not the other type of runs. So with the PG6 being a performance basketball shoe, the React midsole has the ability to work really well. There is structured cushioning that is soft and comfortable underfoot, but there is a responsiveness to it that really aids with like the lateral movements and the stability that a basketball player would need. In that sense, what I'm trying to say is that the React midsole has been implemented excellently in the PG6, but what you need to be aware of if you are buying this for lifestyle wear is that the React in the PG6 isn't like the React that you would find on a running shoe or one of the lifestyle models. While I didn't mind the earlier versions of the PG shoes, I didn't really fancy the 4th version, and the 5th was an improvement, but I still struggled to get around that shoe. The 6th, in my opinion, from an aesthetic perspective, looks great. It feels good on foot as well, and the price is outstanding for what you're getting. The only issue here in Australia is availability. These are surprisingly difficult to get your hands on. The usual suspects like Foot Locker don't stock a whole bunch of these, and the Nike stores that I've been to, even the flagship stores, haven't really stocked these until super recently. If you can get your hands on them and you do like a basketball silhouette, I recommend them. I'm really interested in what you guys think of the PG6. Whether you have bought it, whether you're thinking about buying it, or whether you've just been eyeing it off and have still got an opinion. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're at it, and if you do have an opinion on a really good performance basketball options for everyday wear, let me know what you think that is in the comments below. Until the next video, laters.